Hey guys, it's Camus and welcome to Chess Beauty 68. At the end of Chess Beauty 67, we left you with this position. This is a chess problem, so the stipulation is to checkmate black in 2 moves, not more. Okay, so if you haven't seen it before, have a go at trying to solve it. It's always more fun that way. Okay, so we're assuming that you had a look at it. I don't want to bog the video down with an examination of all of White's tries. He has a lot of promising tries here. Only one move leads to mate in 2. So let's get right to that. That's knight to b1. And this has a very straightforward threat of rook to a3 checkmate. Now, in the position, black has no legal moves for his king, and he has 4 possible defenses using his bishop. And this brings us to our theme. The theme of this problem is called the albino theme. It'll become clear in a minute, but what the albino theme is that against black's defenses, 4 defenses, white can checkmate with the 4 legal moves of the pawn. As you're aware from the starting position, white has 4 legal moves. He can go forward 1 square, he can go forward 2 squares, and he can capture on either side, in this case on b3 or d3. We'll see how that works in a minute. Now there's a corresponding theme called the Pickaninny theme for black, a name apparently conceived of in the days when people didn't worry about offending racial minorities. One hopes that we'll get around to renaming that theme at some point, but that is a similar idea. It means that black has 4 possible defenses with his pawn on its starting square, each of which is met by a different white checkmate. Perhaps we'll have an example of that later in the series, but for now let's just continue on. As I said, black has 4 defenses, and we'll look at them in turn. So first of all, he can play bishop to b5. The point of this move is to allow the escape square b4. The checkmate is c3. c3 is checkmate. That's first of the legal moves of the white pawn. c4, of course, doesn't work, because after c4 check, king to b4, and that's going to be a mate in 3 rather than a mate in 2. So let's return to the position after knight to b1. Let's look at the next defense. He can also play bishop to d5. And the point of this move is to pin the rook, so he can no longer play rook to a3. He's pinned against the king there, as you can see. But, of course, this fails to c4, and that is checkmate. Again, c3 in this position would be inaccurate after bishop d5, c3, and then the bishop can retreat to b3, and that's going to delay the mate by 1 move. Bishop to b3 is checkmate, but 1 move too late. Okay, again, the position after knight to b1 can also play bishop to d3, just trying to put a barrier in the way of the rook. Of course, white would be foolish to play rook to d3, because that would be stalemate. After bishop to d3, of course, c takes d3 is checkmate. And finally, after black's 4th defense, which is bishop to b3, we have the pretty straightforward c takes b3. That's checkmate. Rather amusing and delightful theme. I enjoyed it. This is a really simple version of the albino theme. There are many more complicated versions, and maybe someday we'll see one of those, but this was actually a particularly clear exemplification of how that theme works. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This was by Camil Seneca, and Camil Seneca was a French problemist with Romanian origins. He was an international judge for chess compositions in 1959, teacher of mathematics and music. He published 700 problems, was the director of the French magazine Times, or Themes, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, 64, and he was a columnist at the Figaro for more than 20 years. He was born in 1903, and he left us in 1977. And it'd be interesting to see some more of his problems. This was a very nice, elegant example of the albino theme. Let's look ahead to our next position, and we'll return to the world of chess studies here. And this is a particularly amazing study, I think. It's white to play and win. There are a lot of subtleties in this study, so good luck with that, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Chess Beauty 69.